Hello, this is Scott White from Glasshouse Home Safety. Welcome to another Safety Saturday. Today I wanted to talk about relay bases. Now, I actually had one that I was going to wire up. We got a good reaction from the demonstration last Saturday, so I was going to rig one up and show you what it did. But unfortunately I had to use the one that I had this week, just yesterday, so instead we've gone to a bit of a show and tell. So I'll just explain what they are and show you what they do. Now, when I say base, a relay base, well, here I've got a nice Clipsal PSM A4, which is a wonderful alarm. I really like these. They work so well. They're very effective, very user-friendly, and that's for a number of reasons. Now, you know, if you've got one of these on your roof, or on your ceiling, and you want to know anything about it, it's a simple matter of a very small button on this side that you just press the button and it opens up. Actually, I'll show you from that angle. There's the button, you press it, it's on the ceiling, you press it, it drops down and opens up, and straight away you can read the stuff that we need to know. So this will have not only the type, it'll have the date, it'll have the brand, it'll have all the installation date, all that sort of stuff. So that base there, that piece is screwed to the ceiling, and you can just easily have a quick look at, and you can change the battery, quick as a flash, without needing, you know, you're allowed to do this because the 240 volts are inside those terminals and you can't get your fingers on them. So you don't have to be an electrician to do this, and that means you can change your own battery, you can check the date and do the other things that I explain in my self-test video. And the good thing with these ones is that they just unclip, just like that. So you can actually bring that down, that can stay on the ceiling. That's got the hard wire into it, obviously, the 240 volts hardwired into it. And the head can come down onto the ground, you can vacuum that, you can do what you want with it. So it's this base, this is a standard base, just a plain normal base. Now it's this base that I'm talking about. There's variations to it. This one here is a wireless base, so this one can talk to another one from a distance through the air without wires. So that's a wireless base. And the relay base is very similar to this one, and what it does is basically utilises some contacts in there to do things when the alarm goes off. And that's what the whole point is. That how many people think about, oh well, if the alarm goes off, how am I, you know, what if I can't hear it, or what if they're hearing impaired, any number of things that they want to occur when the alarm goes off. You can use a relay base to switch things when the alarm goes into alarm, senses smoke. So the most obvious one would be to turn on lights, and that's why I had to use it this week. It was a long corridor, and we've got alarms in there, but the people that are in there aren't always familiar with the area, and therefore we wanted little spotlights, downlights to come on when the alarm went off, to give them a direction to the exit. Now the way we did it was to put in little Spitfire emergency lights that are battery backed up. They're actually turned off all the time, and when the alarm went off it would switch them, drop power off them, and they would then run on batteries to give a direction to the exit. And that's why we used it in that case. But there's other ways of using them. You can have it so that, for instance, you could have it so that an exhaust fan came on to start sucking smoke out. In commercial buildings, they can put stair pressure fans into a stairwell. A fan can come on to push air into a stairwell, which means that smoke doesn't get in that stairwell, and it gives you a secure path of exit. Even if the place is filled with smoke, because it's got a high air pressure in the stairwell remains clear because it's pushing air out. So same again, you could either suck smoke out, you could push air in, you could turn lights on, you could unlock doors. You could have a deadlocked door that you don't want to fumble around trying to find the key. And the relay base can switch it so that the door unlatches and you can just push on it and get straight out. Another option might be to connect it to a dialer so that if the alarms go off and you're not home, it can dial your phone, call you, give you a pre-recorded message saying your alarm's going off. You could use that, for instance, for a shed. If you've got a shed distant to the house and you want to know if that shed one is going off, you could have it through a relay base, have it switched to a dialer so that it calls your phone and says, hey, the shed's on fire. So there's multiple options. There's many different things that you might want to switch on or off, or a flashing light, for instance. If you're hearing impaired, you might want a strobe light to come on so that you can see that the alarms are going off. Things like that. So there's many different options. A relay base is fantastic. So the good thing is if you had one of these, a Clipsal PSMA4 or any of the Clipsal models, in fact, all suit their bases. So you could pull the top off it, change the base, put this top back on. The only expense is the relay base and the wiring and whatever you want to do, make it do. So it just gives you more options. You know, smoke alarms are not just about alerting you. They can assist you in your exit, assist you in getting out and surviving that fire. So I hope that helps, and maybe next week I can do a demonstration on something rather than just a talking head chatting. But I hope it was helpful for you. Have a great weekend. Speak to you soon.